What's doing, guys? Back with a fresh vinyl review. Today we're going to be looking at the X-Plus 30cm Yuji Sakai Modeling Collection Burning Godzilla 95 Desugoji. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so let's get a couple things out of the way. The figure was just released the end of August 2019, making its way into collector's hands September 2019, and we got ourselves an awesome figure. If you went standard, it comes with basically painted up burning patches on Godzilla. The RIC exclusive comes with translucent burning patches, which I think looks a whole lot better because it just gives a whole lot more sense of depth to the figure itself. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. So the RIC was about, I think, like $270, give or take. The standard was probably around $240 because they're Yuji Sakai figures. They do go for a higher cost when it comes to the 30cm line. The box, real quick, typical X-Plus box, plastic housing on the inside. The cover looks really cool. Unfortunately, we got logos all over the place. It's starting to look like the side of a NASCAR car, with all the sponsors and everything. But other than that, typical X-Plus box. So, nothing really more to see there. So, the figure itself, awesome. Now, I should have brought up my we'll do this at the end, actually. We'll do a little size comparison there. But the figure, this is a big 30cm figure. This is the first and largest of the Yuji Sakai line to be exactly in 30cm scale. So what does that mean? Maybe the actual Yuji Sakai figure was bigger than the other Yuji Sakai figures, or did X-Plus find a way to not lose any size, and get any shrinkage when we're going from resin to vinyl here with the figures? I don't know. But I'm freaking happy as a pig in shit that this is a full-size Yuji Sakai 30cm figure for the first time since the Yuji Sakai line started way back in like 2015, I think it was, okay? Very cool. The detailed paint job and everything is exactly as you would expect from X-Plus. And I'm not going to lie, like, when I opened the box of this figure, I was really wowed. And honestly, it is the translucent burning patches throughout the entire of the figure here. They really have a sense of depth because there's yellows, there's orange. It's basically mostly orange and yellow on these patches. So the figure itself was, it's orange vinyl and it's orange vinyl. So it looks really good. I just don't know how to explain it. It's like the gigantic burning Godzilla with that depth to the burning patches. It looks really, really well done. The standard, it's painted on. Now, I haven't seen it in person, so I can't say how it looks without seeing it in person, but I knew I needed to go RIC for this because I know when it comes to the translucent parts, especially on a burning Godzilla, after seeing it on the gigantic, because that's how the gigantic is, and we'll look at it in a little bit as a comparison, but I knew this was going to look good. And boy, X-Plus did not disappoint. It is just a beautiful looking figure, and I've already said it on the X-Plus group. I think this just became my favorite Yuji Sakai Godzilla figure, taking the title from the 91, but I really don't know. I'm gonna have to look at them side by side, which I have not done yet, and that one is right behind me, so I'm gonna have to sneak him out here in a little bit. A couple things. The tail on this figure, the dorsal plates are all painted orange. On the actual suit, Godzilla was burning orange with dorsal plates up here, and then at his tail, the dorsal plates were white. Now, I don't know why they did that. Honestly, I think this looks a whole lot better than orange and then white. Like, why would Godzilla's dorsal plates just cut off orange here and then go white? I don't know. I'm not a kaiju-ologist to understand the science behind how nuclear fission affects a monster of this caliber to understand why, maybe it's because of this nuclear power plant here, and maybe there's a cooling system in his tail. What am I talking about? It doesn't really matter, does it? No, it really doesn't. But it's not exactly suit accurate. But in my opinion, I think this looks a whole lot better than the white. On the standard, it's white, okay? Anyway, so I think it looks fine. Everything else about the figure, the teeth are nicely detailed. Now, if we go back and remember to the, what was it? The first Yuji Sakai figure was the 89. The teeth were all muddled and mushed and mashed and everything. It just didn't look that good. This looks great here. The teeth are nicely and fine and sharp looking. Probably not the sharpest, because I think on the 2002, which I have somewhere over here, those have got some fine looking teeth. Really, really nice. We went to the dentist before that, so it looks good. The face and everything, I think this is the most accurate accurate sculpture for the Burning Godzilla from all the other offerings that we've had thus far in the X-Plus line from the 30 and the 25 centimeter. So that looks great. The eyes, now there's been some criticism about the eyes. I am not as tuned to, I guess, the smaller details like that. I mean, from my stance, I think the eyes look fine. Now, if the eyes were a little bit more beadier, he would look more pissed off. Absolutely. And I haven't watched Godzilla vs. Destroyer in a while to actually compare on how his eyes look. But I think this looks fine. You know, so no complaints from me there. But again, the burning patches really make this figure, the detail, the size, everything looks great. I love it. I'm going to pull up the 91 now so we can do a little comparison here. Okay, so 91, Yuji Sakai. This was the best Yuji Sakai figure. Also figure of the year for 2015 in the X-Plus group. And I believe in the Godzilla Collectors group. But now, the 91 Godzilla is supposed to be 100 meters. Burning Godzilla is 100 meters. Boom. They should be the same size, but these figures are not. So definitely more points to the Burning Godzilla for being bigger and in, you know, as it should be as a 30 centimeter figure. This checks in around the 27 meter range. Is it really hurting it? No, because it's a beautiful looking figure and it really should have just been 30 centimeters. And imagine if this was 3 centimeters bigger. Man, massive. Another cool thing about the Burning Godzilla, you don't need a tail stand. So no, you know, clunky, you know, tree trunk vinyl tail stands, which is great. So nothing getting in the way. Now, if it did have one, I don't really think it's a big deal because I never really cared too much for the tail stands because the tails are in the back of the shelf. You're not looking at them. I've said this so many times. It's like, who cares about the tail stand? Unless you're displaying your figures like this, you know, backwards, and all you see is tails, then maybe I could see the tail stands being annoying. But other than that, not a big deal. Okay? So, which one do I like better? I'm sorry. Burning Godzilla. And, like, Godzilla 91 is, like, all up on his ass about, you know, like, second place. So, I mean, maybe they could even be a tie, but Burning Godzilla is oh, man. And then we also had the 2002. Man, those are the three, right here, we got the three best Yuji Sakai figures. Burning Godzilla 91 and 2002. Woo! They're both awesome, okay? So we're going to pull up the other Burning Godzillas and we'll do more comparison there. Hello, I don't know how this looks. This looks horrible. I really don't have all that much room on this table for all the four of these figures. But over here we have the gigantic Burning Godzilla, the 30 centimeter Godzilla original, the Yuji Sakai Godzilla over here, as we see, and the 25 centimeter Burning Godzilla. Now, the 25 centimeter by far is the worst of the bunch because the paint job was just muddled and almost looks like it looks like crap. So we all know that story. The burning patches don't look horrible, but this is also a light up. I might even sell this one. It's just I don't need it, honestly. So we'll see what happens down the road. And the sculpture on the face, it's just muddled again by too much excessive paint because the figure itself was made in orange vinyl. The 30 centimeter over here, I actually like this one a lot, and I thought it was great. Better sculpt and everything than the 25. So this is definitely the number 3 of the bunch. And then we have, I mean, the Gigantic's really in a league of his own. So I don't know. I mean, it would be kind of hard to compare the Sakai and the Gigantic, but the Gigantic is stylized, whereas the Yuji Sakai is, you know, sculpted after the actual suit. So these two really, badass figures. You don't ask me which one I like better because they're both in their own leagues. Definitely both in their own leagues. So that's your comparison with all 3 of them, or 4 of them, sorry. Craziness. Anyways, so I'm going to leave it at, we're not done yet. Hold on. Definitely 10 out of 10 for the Burning Godzilla for me. Again, yeah, the dorsal plates on the tail, not white. And the eyes could be, you know, I could go either way with the eyes. If they looked a little bit meaner, maybe if the eyebrows were a little bit narrower, but I think they look fine to me. And it's just a solid release. I love that it's bigger. He just looks pissed off. The detail is great. The paint job is great. The burning patches look great. And that's really all I got to say about that. So, with that said, thank you for watching, people. Check me out on my next Fresh Vinyl review, and I'll see you next time. Remember, people, buy vinyl, fresh vinyl. Bam!